I just accidentally slammed myself into a wall. Can you guys see that? Like I totally took some skin off. And that hurt so bad. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna, and for those of you who are not, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. I appreciate it so much more than you will ever know, I'm sure. I can't express enough how much I appreciate it. Today is my favorites video, my faves and flops video for the month of August. I don't really have a whole lot for flops this month, so we're gonna start there. The first thing I have is this Vintage Cosmetics by Jessica Leibeskein Smoky eye pencil that we received in a BoxyCharm. I have tried this again. I think the first time I used it, I also did not like it. It just doesn't, it doesn't work very well. It goes on, it doesn't go on super creamy. It kind of like skips a little bit. It is super black when it's working. It's this here, sorry, this is from a previous video. It's this here. It is super black when it works really well, but I find that putting it on my under eye is just not awesome. It doesn't work so hot there, and it just doesn't stay where I need it to stay. Like, I felt like it moved all over on my face and my under eye, and I didn't like that so hot. Along those same lines, I have this J-Cat Beauty one that is in the color green. I can't remember what color green it is because like all of the stuff is just kind of off of it. Oh wait, Hunter Green. It is on the label that still happens to be attached to it. It is this green right here. It is a pretty color. Again, it is just, it's an eyeliner that likes to skip and go all over the place, and it just doesn't work well in my waterline, which is where I use these type of liners at. So I need an eyeliner that's going to go in, it's going to stay where I placed it, it's not going to move much unless I myself smudge it out. And these two just kind of move. I find them moving into the corner of my eye. I find myself with, you know, eye boogers halfway through the day, and I hate that. So that's part of the reason why I quit wearing other eyeliners that used to be in my collection. So I won't be wearing them, or I would not ever repurchase these, and they wouldn't be something that I would suggest to be purchased in the first place. One is a fairly expensive eyeliner. This Vintage Cosmetics ones is fairly expensive. I can't remember how much. I want to say in the $20 range for a sharpenable pencil. And another one is a retractable. The J-Cat Beauty one is like $6. So like, I mean, for $6 you're really kind of getting what you paid for, but this one should be a lot better for its price. The next thing I have here is this e.l.f. I can't remember what exactly it was called, but it's supposed to be an eye makeup remover. And so first of all, that's really freaking gross, right? So you have to wipe it off every single time you use it, which is a pain in the ass. And then you really just smear it on your eye, and then you're supposed to. The thought process is smear it on your eye and then just wipe off the makeup. And while it works, sometimes it just doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work for some shadows. Some shadows I have to go in a little bit more heavy with this, or a second application with this. With mascaras, it doesn't work at all. And it's just gross. It's just gross and unsanitary, and I will never repurchase one of these again as long as I live. And then I have this Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream that we got in the BoxyCharm. Like, I don't mind this, okay? It wasn't necessarily a fail this month, but what I will say about it is it's just too much work. I don't like that the pencil comes apart in 3 different areas. I do know that they're just, you know, I mean, this is a good way to go about it without having way too much product. I think that it's good. I think that the product amount in here is really good. You're never going to run out of this. This brush, though, is not, I mean, it's not stiff enough to be an eyebrow brush. It's just not stiff enough. There's not enough density to it. You can barely pick up stuff in here without like really digging into it, and then you really dig into it, and then you've got way too much. Have to spread it out. For somebody who is not very good at eyebrows in the first place and who typically uses pencils all the time, this was just really super difficult for me to use. I've used an like pomade before and actually had a better time using that than this, and those are hard to use too, but I had a stiffer brush. I feel like if the brush on this was a little bit smaller and a little bit more stiff, it would probably work better. It wasn't a huge fail for me. It's just not a product that I will find myself reaching for an awful lot. I have used it a couple times. I do enjoy it a lot when I'm wearing it. It's just not something I ever see myself reaching for very often, but it's just difficult. It's difficult to use it. So these 4 items here were kind of my fails for this month. Also a fail for this month, I feel like, is this. This is not a BoxyCharm video, I promise you. But it's also this Laura Lee palette. Like, I created this look today with this palette, but, and this video will probably go up before this video does. This took me so long to do today with this palette. I just feel like it's a worthless palette. So while I love the colors and was super excited about the color scheme coming in our BoxyCharms this month, this is the most absolute worthless color on the planet. It doesn't show up. I don't even think it would show up on a fair-skinned girl. The reason why I say that is because this eye look currently that I have on, I did start with a white primer base. So I started with my JCat Beauty Marshmallow eye stick, and it is white, and I put it on, and I concentrated more on the crease and up, because doing the video on this, like, I struggled with it. So I tried to get this color to show up, and while it does show up a little bit, it's just worthless. It's pretty pointless, this color right here. It's also a really scratchy color. It's super scratchy. These 2 colors are pretty amazing. I have them on my lower lash line. I do love them, and this color as well is in my crease. I do love it. Those 3 colors, beautiful colors, and they blend really well. And I'm sorry for those of you that get to watch this video later and see what I really think about this guy. These 2 colors here, again, worthless colors. This one is a really super pretty pink. I do have it on my lid today, but it's got a lot of sparkle in it that just kind of goes away. The glitter in here just goes away. This purple, if you watch that video, you will see what this purple did to my face. I had fallout clear down to here. Everything on my face was purple. It was awful. It was atrocious, and it blends away. It does not blend at all with other colors. It is awful. It's a pretty pigmented color, but you literally have to tap in and then tap on and not move it, not budge it. As soon as you put another color with it, it is gone. So this would be another fail for me this month. Granted, I haven't had that for very long, but it's awful. Okay, so some of my favorites for this month. I have been working an awful lot, and I have been super stressed out about some of my work goings-ons right now. This has become my very best friend. It is the Aromatherapy Associates De-Stress Muscle Gel, and I did get it in my FabFitFun box this last FabFitFun box. I love this stuff. So it kind of smells like patchouli, which I am so not a fan of. But I take a little bit, put it on my hands and rub it together, and then just rub it into my shoulders, because that is where I hold on to my stress, and it just kind of melts the stress away. It is amazing what this does for my muscles in my neck and for the stress level that I feel in my neck. So I love this stuff. It says to apply generously and massage into overworked joints and muscles as often as necessary, so you can use it all the time. It does smell a lot like patchouli, like I said, so I wouldn't use it at like work or anything like that, because it's a little overbearing. I mean, it's not horrible, but it is very, very smelly. So, but it is something, it's super expensive, but it is something that I would repurchase. I am super glad that this container is as big as it is, because you don't use very much. It works super well, and it'll last me a while, and it is amazing. I think I talked about it in my last Faves and Flops as well. It's just amazing. The next thing I have that I have been using a lot is this Vasanti Brighten Up Enzymatic Face Rejuvenator that I also got in my FabFitFun box. I do love this stuff. I use it I use it every time I shower to cleanse my face, and I feel like my face is so like there's no dead skin, like it's not as dry, and it feels a little more healthy and brighter than it typically does. Maybe that's placebo effect, maybe I think it's going to do that, so it is, but that's okay, I'm okay with that. It is a nice size container. I do have quite a few other exfoliators that I have yet to use, such as like an LMS one and a Kate Somerville one, so I won't be repurchasing this anytime soon. But I also liked the Dr. Brandt one that I was using not that long ago. I really just love how my face feels after a face exfoliator. Whether you use a more expensive one or not, I don't know if there is a huge difference, but I know that this one is quite inexpensive compared to some of the other ones that I have, and it actually works really well. I'm super excited because it was full, because it came in FabFitFun. It is a full size. It was pretty full, and it appears to be still like pretty full, and I've been using it like twice a week for the last several weeks, and it is gentle enough on your skin. I don't find that it hurts my skin at all, but it is gentle enough on your skin that even the back says that you can use it 3 to 5 times a week. So that's pretty amazing. The next thing I have is this. It is this Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. So what I'm going to say about this is going to be kind of contradictory to it being one of my favorites. I do not find that this does much for helping my makeup application stay in place. I will say that. What I do find is that it does refresh my makeup. I feel like it sets it in for a time, but it doesn't help it stay forever. I have to reapply this if I plan on my makeup staying all day. It definitely doesn't work for me like, say, Urban Decay's All Nighter or even Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. It doesn't work for me like that, but I do like it a lot more because of the mist, because it's a continuous mist, and because it smells so good. I can keep it in my purse. I can take it with me and, continue to use it to set my makeup, or just use a different facial spray, which is what I actually do. I have an alginous one in my purse that I use during the day to, just freshen up. The top doesn't stay on very well. I mean, it's just really loose. I hate the top on it. But if I don't keep the top on it and then put it in my purse, then it's spraying all over my purse. So, whatever. I do really love this stuff. I love the continuous spray of it. I love the smell of it. I wish it helped my makeup application stay longer, but it has been like my go-to setting spray over the last few weeks. The last couple weeks at least since I got it. And it's super inexpensive, you guys. It's really inexpensive. And it still feels full. It still shakes. See, the lid, it just fell off, and that just tumbled onto everything down there. So with that being said, don't hold it by its lid because it will just fall out of your hands. The next thing I have that's one of my favorites is this Dr. Brandt Needles No More Baggage Eye Depuffing Gel, which we got in a BoxyCharm, I think 2 months ago now. I really like this stuff. So I have had some serious eye bag problems. I still have serious eye bag problems, but I really do feel like between this and this, the discoloration on my under eye bags is actually a lot more manageable than it has been in the past. I use this like this so that I'm squeezing every ounce of it out that I can. It is still quite full. I've used it every single day since we got the BoxyCharm that it was in, and I really, really love it. It has kind of this cooling effect to it, and I feel like it's working. So therefore it makes it one of my favorites, because these under eye bags are some crazy ass things going on my face. Like, there are videos that I'll be doing and I'll be like, what is going on with my eye bag right now? And you can tell that I hadn't used this. Those 10 days that are the my 10-day run of work, like I think I maybe used this like 2 of those 10 days, and you can tell because my under eye bags were just atrocious. And now I have been using it again for the last several days, and I feel like it's helping, and that makes me happy. I doubt I will ever be a person without under eye bags, but the discoloration makes it, you know, going away, makes it so much easier to handle. The next thing I have is something that I didn't think I was going to like. It is this Wonder Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. So I really like this because of how natural my lashes look with this on, but also how voluminous they look with this on. I don't feel like it does much to curl my lashes, but I did figure out how to use the wand appropriately. I got that all situated and figured out, and I do feel like once it coats my lashes, they do look very full of volume, and they also look very natural, and that makes me happy. The other thing I have to say about this is that a lot of mascaras that I have like land down here on my cheekbones. I find myself like having to go in throughout the day and just kind of wipe away the mascara residue that's underneath my eyes, the raccoon eye look that you get. I do not get that from this. That reason alone would be enough for me to repurchase this mascara. However, $24, so I'm not sure that I will, but I love this mascara for that reason only. If you guys know of a drugstore option mascara, because I have the Lash Paradise that for a while wasn't creating like that raccoon eye effect on my under eyes, but does now. So I don't know what the difference is between when I first started using it and now. I really need a mascara that does not find its way to my under eyes. I have enough problems with my under eyes and the discoloration and the baggage and the whatever. I don't need a mascara to help me out, and that this mascara doesn't find its way on my under eyes, and that alone is why I love this. The next thing I have are these two things. They are the BH Cosmetics BH Liquid Foundation Naturally Flawless in the color Ivory Beige. And then I have the BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer in the color 104. So I got the wrong color concealer for this foundation, but I love this foundation on its own. It is so dewy. It's really pretty. It does go on your skin. You can still see my freckles through it. It's very natural and makes your skin just look healthy. And I love it for that. This foundation, a little bit goes a long way. And it goes on your skin very nicely. And you can use it as foundation and get a nice super full coverage effect from it if you layer it on. I don't use it as foundation, but I know that, again, during my 10-day stint of working, like there were some days where I was just like, screw this. I do not want to put makeup on today. I'm over this makeup deal. And I would come in here and I would grab this and I would just put it on my under eyes and, you know, into my areas where I typically would put concealer anyways, and then just blend it out all over my face, and it looked so nice. It blended so well into my skin and looked so nice that I wasn't wearing a whole lot of makeup, but it looked like I was because I had this concealer in my problem areas and then just blended it out. It is amazing. It's an amazing concealer. So I got it in the absolute wrongest color for concealer for me. It's a great foundation color for me, but absolute wrongest color of concealer for me. So I will probably pick up a couple of the like colors in the lighter range to this one for concealer purposes, because this is an amazing concealer. I love these and they're so inexpensive. I want to say that this was like 12 bucks and it comes with a very nice pump. I use 2 pumps and it gets my entire face and it looks so good. It covers what I want it to cover but still looks super natural. This covers everything. Everything. I don't necessarily love the tube. I think the tube is just a little bit messy and a little bit weird. I wish it had a doe foot or like a squeezer. I mean, it is a squeezer, but it's like squeeze onto a flat surface and then like I just scrape it onto my hand and then pull it from my hand on my beauty blender onto my face. I really just think it has way too many steps. I wish it came in an easier packaging, but it's a really nice concealer and I will repurchase it. So 2 other things that I bought in that same haul actually are it's my Raye palette and the Floral Blush Duo Cheek Color from them. I find that I am grabbing for this blush, whoops, mirror. I find that I am grabbing for this blush almost on a daily. I really, really love it. I love that it's like two-toned and it's got this really nice coloring to it. Like when you swirl both colors together, you just get this really pretty berry color that actually blends out very beautifully on your skin. It kind of reminds me of the purple in the ABH blush kit that is the gradient version. It reminds me of that on my face, only a little more pink than purple, and that is my favorite blush in that blush kit. It's my Raye palette is a full face palette, and the first one came to me broken, but then Ulta sent me a complete other one, and I find that I'm using, so I use this palette an awful lot, these colors an awful lot for like the colors that I might need to complete a full eye look using some of my crazier, you know, colored palettes. I will just pull this palette out and use this. I've also used all of the face colors. This is a little deceiving. The white up here is the same way. It actually shows up on your face a little more golden than it does white. But this is a beautiful brow bone color here. It's also a beautiful highlight. It is a little bit chunky though. These 2 down here, awesome, awesome contouring colors for your face. I love this color here and this color here. I just love this palette. It's just an amazing palette. I purchased it because a friend of mine did a review on it on her channel, and I'll link that down in my description box. I would never have had this on my radar had it not been for her, and I really, really love this palette. The next thing I have here is this ABH powder bronzer that I bought in Rich Amber. This is the color. At first when I purchased it, I really thought it was going to be way too red for me. It is a very like red based bronzer. I just use it more as a contour, honestly, and I love it. Every time I contour my face with this, I feel like I am chiseled and cut, and it works so amazing. I love this bronzer. It is really pretty. I think I might go and get a couple of the lighter colors just because, you know, this color isn't going to work for me when I'm not tan anymore. So I will need to get like a winter color that I can use, and I might actually pick up also a color in between the 2 for just actual plain bronzing on my face, because I really do love this bronzer. The next thing I have is this Morphe High Impact Highlighter in Spark. So this is something that I watch April from Wanna Makeup, and this is something that she purchased, and I think I've said before, she and I cannot be friends because everything she loves I also want, and then I end up loving. So I've learned, not that I've learned, I haven't learned anything, I still watch her channel every single day, but I've learned to pick and choose what I can and cannot purchase. This was a can purchase. It is Morphe. Morphe is really inexpensive. This is an amazing highlighter. This is the highlighter in Spark. It is just really pretty. It goes on. It's really natural looking, or you can build it up and have yourself a nice, really super nice glowy highlight that is just so pretty. Definitely a win for me. I love this highlighter, and it's super inexpensive, y'all. I think it was like $10. The last thing I have is this actually, and it's just a showcase of some of them. These are Sydney Grace shadows. I have a bunch of pictures of myself in these shadows on my Instagram. I also, this guy is falling apart, which makes me so sad. I also have a couple videos up, one of my unboxing these and then one of my review of them after a couple weeks of wear, but they're like 2 days apart, the videos. These are amazing single shadows. Amazing single shadows. Even their highlighters are pretty amazing. The blush that I have from them is amazing. They're also very pigmented. They all are just like, wham, there you go. So pretty, so beautiful to wear. I never got as many compliments on an eye look as I did when I was wearing these. A lot of people loved my eye looks with these. I will continue to use them all the time. I can't see myself without them in my collection now, and they're some of my favorite shadows. Currently, they sit on top of my vanity over there. They sit on top of my vanity because if they're below, then I'm always wanting to grab them, and I just don't have time for that in the morning. So I have been grabbing for, you know, one color or another or many in the 3 palettes that I have them dispersed in for the last several weeks. So anyways, that is all I have for you guys. That is my August Faves and Flops. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll want to click the little tiny thumbs up down there. That helps my channel a whole lot. It helps me realize what people are liking, what they're not liking, and what content I should continue to, you know, produce for you guys. I hope that you loved me so much that you're going to want to hit also that subscribe channel that's down there, along with the little tiny bell that gives you information on when I upload a video. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you'll leave me some comments on what your favorites were and what your flops were this month. And until next time, guys, bye.